again. How you doing? So today I want to talk about the need to be right, right? And what I found out about the need to be right is we find that out with a lot of feminist women. A lot of feminist women always feel the need to be right because the idea of a man having one upon them it's terrifying, right? Because these women from the feminist movement basically their whole premise is to fight against men. Don't let the man have one upon you. Don't do nothing for him because they have this idea that this foolishness that they tell other women that when you do something for a man, it makes you become a servant. And with this kind of ignorance and this kind of attitude and this kind of mindset, there is a guaranteed that these women are going to die alone because they don't know how to they don't know to cooperate with a man. As far as they're concerned, cooperating with a man is becoming a servant and bowing down to him. That's why they have a big issue with the word submissive because their ignorance and their ego tell them that the word submissive means you're being a servant to a man. And at the end of the day, cooperation is not being a servant. Being submissive is not being a servant, right? These things are part of cooperating. Just like how you can cooperate with your feminist group and you can cooperate with a woman who share your same feminist and you know bitter attitude and behavior, you are cooperating with these women, right? So but in the next breath, they think cooperating with a man is being submissive. It's bowing down to the man. It's giving in. And with those kind of this kind of mindset, no wonder why a lot of them are so bitter and angry. And the thing is, like I've said in previous video, a lot of these women go into the relationship giving in too much, giving too much too soon, doing too much too soon, only to find out that the guy already had a girl already or he met somebody else and then he cheated on them and they get bitter and they get angry or they deal with a guy who's very violent and in every one of those situations they put themselves in that situation. you know as long as nobody's holding a gun to your head and telling you that you have to do A, B, and C, then half of these decisions that you're making them on your own, right? Because one thing I've noticed that people leave clues. Like I've said before in an earlier video, it's like giving a kid a sandwich and they're eating and they're dropping crumbs all over the place. You're calling the kid ain't responding. You look on the ground, you see the crumbs, you follow the crumbs, and you lead it right to that kid. People are the same way. People leave clues. And a lot of times these guys leave clues that these women are not open to paying attention to because in the relationship or in the honeymoon stages, they're in cloud nine. They're in a blissful mode. They're not paying attention to anything. They excuse a whole lot. And then by the time they're moving along in the relationship and you're looking for some kind of commitment and they want to get serious, then they find all these issues with the guy. And then what happened is, like I said, you end up dumping them, cheating on them, were violent to them, whatever the case may be, and they come out of a relationship a complete bitch. And at the end of the day, you can't blame anybody for your decisions. These decisions that you made on your own. And because you make these decisions now, you become bitter and angry. You align yourself with the feminist group. You start to buy into their belief and their ideology. And then at that point, you become completely bitter and angry. And then you always feel the need to be right. You always feel like you have to defend yourself because now you feel like a man is taking advantage of you. And in the feminist group, that's not acceptable. No man should take advantage of you. No man should do this for you. So because you have the no man should, then you're very defensive and you're willing to fight over everything. And the biggest problem is these women are not learning anything that's of value to their life, right? It's good that you're making good money and you're working a job that you're making a whole lot of money and things are working out for you. But on the back end of your life, nothing is going on, right? And you have to at some point look at yourself and say, look at your age. You know what I mean? What do you want for your life? Do you want to be a part of a feminist movement that are not moving you forward, or do you want to be in an harmonious relationship with a man, providing the fact that you're straight or you're heterosexual, right? So you have to take your priorities into serious consideration. Because if you're with a group or a movement that does not serve you, and you're a woman in your mid-30s, don't have any kids, and don't have any prospect for a husband, then you have to really stop and say, do I want to keep aligning myself with this kind of organization, this kind of group, right? So that's what I want to talk about today. The need to be right. You want to be right and die alone, then by all means stay a part of the feminist movement, and then you'll get your wish. Okay, but if you have any comments, leave in the comment section below. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.